It's a new year. Put your best foot forward. Your best days are ahead of you. Come on in here. It's a new year. We ain't going to drag into the new year. It's a new year. Welcome to 2026 or whenever you find this video. It could be 2027. It could be 2030. But today is 2026. And every year is your year. In spite of what it looks like, in spite of what has happened in 2025, your best days are ahead of you. In spite of the mistakes you've made, in spite of things not going as planned, no matter what it looks like, I'm declaring that my best days are ahead of me. Put it in the comments. My best days are ahead of me. I don't know what you're going through. And I'm not going to pretend as if I know what you're going through, but I do know this. We're all going through something. I've been down in the bed sick this week, but here I am. I'm declaring that my best days are ahead of me. And I know what they say. I have more days behind me than I do ahead of me. Or, as I've heard a lot of women of a certain age say, I've given him the best years of my life. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not declaring that. I'm not declaring that I have more days behind me than I do before me. And I get it. I understand it. But I don't have to accept that I have more days behind me. If you're over 40, if you're over 50, I understand that. But I could very well have 50 more good years. They don't all have to be downhill from here. And just because I've been with somebody for a long time, when things didn't go as planned, because that's usually when we'll hear this, I've given him the best years of my life. Just because things don't go as planned or the relationship didn't work out the way it should have, I'm not declaring that I've given someone the best years of my life. Because again, my best days are ahead of me. It is not too late for purpose. It is not too late for you to walk in your purpose. And so when we get to that age of 40 or over 50, this is the time where we really start to do a lot of self-reflection. We start to ask questions like, where did the time go? And what have I been doing with my life? Because let's be honest, more people than we are willing to admit have passed on. They have passed away. And we are still here. And that means it's still hope. It means that there's still a purpose for you to fulfill, because otherwise you wouldn't still be here. So hold your head up and realize that my best days are ahead of me, no matter what it looks like. You know, I heard a long time ago, just because something is a fact doesn't make it true. So you're over 40, you're over 50, maybe you're over 60. But that doesn't mean it's the end for you. It doesn't mean that you still don't have life to live. So you have to declare to yourself that my best days are ahead of me. I still have a lot of life left. It depends on how you look at it. You know, so a lot of times the only thing we have in our lives that we are looking forward to is retirement. Don't get me wrong. Retirement is a great thing when you have been working all your life doing something that you don't necessarily enjoy. But it's more to life than sitting on the sidelines and just waiting for that day you can retire. You still have purpose. You still can create a meaningful life for yourself, but only if you decide to declare that my best days are ahead of me. I'm going to keep saying it. My best days are ahead of me. No matter what the situation and the circumstances bring, we have to rise above. And it's not easy because our eyes can deceive us. Our circumstances and situations can deceive us and make us feel as if that this is all there is. But your best days are ahead of you. So going into this new year, I want you to put your best foot forward and realize that my best days are still yet to come. If you are living and breathing, your best days are still yet to come, no matter what. So go into this new year knowing that My best days are ahead of me. My best days are still yet to come. And if you need something to help you reflect on where you want to go or where you want to be in your life or what you want to do this year, click the link in the description for a free download, a reflective journaling guide that will be sure to put you on the right track. And I know there are some things that we can go through that can really hit us hard. Is it easy? No, it's not. When my mom died, and it's been over 30 years ago now, I didn't think that I would be able to make it through. And if I'm being honest, during that time, it shook my faith a little bit. It shook my faith a whole lot if I'm really being honest. Because you know how you can pray and you can pray, and then when things don't go your way, I was young at that time. And even now, there are some things that can come along in your life that can shake your faith. So it shook my faith. I didn't think that I would make it, but I did make it. And here I am. And so if I can get through that, I believe I can get through anything. So you have to declare, where there's a will, there's a way come in. You know, all these cliches, you know, like the ones I mentioned before. I have more days behind me than I do ahead of me. All of that, enough of all that. This is where there's a will, there's a way is going to come in and kick in so that you can get the best out of life. Because I understand what they're saying. I get it. If you're over 50, you know, a lot of your life has gone by and has passed you by. I get that. I understand that. And sometimes that can be enough to shift us into, I gotta get on. I gotta get a move on attitude. Sometimes it can shift us into that mind frame. But then there are other times when it doesn't work that way. We can look at our life as over when we get to be 40 or we get to be 50. And all we want to do is sit and idly sit by and not do anything. But this is very well the chance for you to have a second act. You've got your second wind, and you are as good as new. You are as good as ever. So it all depends on how you look at it. So if you want to worry about what time has passed, I wouldn't recommend that. Learn from your mistakes. If you feel like you have squandered a lot of time, learn from your mistakes and go forward. Put your best foot forward and do your best to not repeat those mistakes that you've made in the past. Do your best to not squander any more of your time going forward. So that would be my advice to you. Look at every day as a new lease on life. I'm Tanya, by the way. If you're new here, welcome, and I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. And if you are a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you for your support. Until the next time, I'll catch you in the next video.